So since we were little, we were told to be not too girly. Obviously not directly, but in small subtle ways. I mean, we all must remember the insane amount of scolding we'd get for something as basic as applying Vaseline on our lips in winters, just to avoid chapping. Like, why was that even a problem? It was never said out loud that being girly was wrong, but it was always implied. Why do you need this? Who are you trying to impress? And when you hear these things repeatedly at such a young age, you don't argue, you internalize them. And I think this is very common in a lot of Indian households where the parents want their daughters to grow up to be very independent or career oriented, which also explains the boycott we all had while growing up. It wasn't about looks, it was about practicality, it was about survival. Dresses also low-key reflect the idea of patriarchal society where feminine energy is seen as something that can't be goal-driven. But that's a whole different discussion. I mean, with all the good intentions they have in their hearts for us, huge amount of respect for that. So we, especially as eldest daughters, as independent daughters, grew up leaning a lot into our masculine energy and almost all the time in survival mode, always thinking ahead, always being responsible, always adjusting. And in survival mode, you don't pause and ask yourself what you need. You just do what needs to be done. And somewhere along the way, we stop taking care of ourselves. Not in a dramatic way, not overnight, but slowly. We stopped taking care of the way we look because it felt unnecessary. We stopped taking breaks because it felt unproductive. We stopped choosing ourselves because there was always something more important. And gradually, this started reflecting on our mental health in ways more than we can think of. I mean, yeah, I was doing good academically, but was I confident? Was I able to maintain eye contact while talking to people? Was I comfortable taking up space in a room? Or was I always in my head overthinking everything I said and did? Would that me ever be able to open a YouTube channel? And slowly it started taking over all the moments where I could enjoy myself. I know this doesn't come only from physical appearance. Of course, mental strength matters, inner work matters. But at the same time, we do have to agree that the external does help validate the internal. Feeling presentable just changes the way you carry yourself, how you speak, how you show up. And to be honest, at some point, I had made peace with myself that okay, I can either be pretty or I can be smart. I cannot be both. Because if I didn't care about looking presentable, then I don't have to feel bad about not doing it. And so whenever I see a pretty girl, I automatically assume that she must be dumb or she must be hollow inside, which is such a mean thing to think, honestly. And if I saw a girl who was gorgeous and was doing good academically at the same time, I would just get so jealous. I literally think, oh, she's God's favorite, without ever stopping to think the amount of effort she might be putting in to be both. But when I got into college and I started having more time in hand, and with that came a little bit of space, I started to notice myself, listen to my body, and slowly I started prioritizing myself over other things. Nothing extreme or dramatic, but I started choosing proper 8 hours of sleep over due assignments, or a nice morning walk, and putting on a nice outfit over making it to college on time. I don't want to be a bad influence on you all. Yes, it did affect my grades, but I felt good. I could feel myself becoming more confident around people. I wasn't shrinking as much. I wasn't like I wasn't apologizing for existing. And this made me realize that personal growth is something that is as important and should be a non negotiable. If you've ever felt the same way or you've had similar thoughts, let me know in the comments. I'm Laxita Thakur and this is my first ever YouTube video. Let me know what you think about it.